Hi, I'm Em, and welcome back to the Knit You Up vlog. I am equal parts nervous and excited for this video. If you've read the title, you know why. I am opening up a test call for my newest pattern, the Capilano socks, which are right here. This has been in the works for a long time. I think 3 or even 4 years now. And before we get into talking about the pattern and the testing call itself, I did just want to give a little explanation on why it has taken so long, because I know so many of you were so excited and supportive from the very first moment that I shared this design, and I feel like I've kind of let you down by not getting it ready to go earlier than now. But ultimately I'm really glad that it turned out this way, because I think the pattern is even better than it could have been back then. So hopefully you agree. So just to give you a short background on the whole process, I started designing these shortly after I released the North Shore beanie pattern, and they definitely needed some tweaking. Like, the fit was not great, I'll be totally honest. It was my first time like designing socks, so it needed some work. I won't pretend that it was amazing from the get-go. It definitely needed some work. And then I kind of got a little bit of imposter syndrome of just like, I don't know what I'm doing, like, why am I writing a pattern? But I pushed through, and I had friends who offered to help me with the math and everything like that, so we were trekking along. And then on a personal side, and I won't get into too many details, but there was a year where I kind of fell out of the knitting world. I wasn't surrounded with necessarily the best people, and my self-confidence plummeted. That imposter syndrome increased by like 1,000%. And I think subconsciously I took a step back, because knitting had always been my safe haven. It's always been the place where I've found so much joy, and I didn't want to infuse it with any negativity. So while it did appear that I was still working on things on the surface, in reality, very little knitting was going on. And again, my confidence plummeted, and I thought, I'm never gonna design these, like, it'll never amount to anything. So that was a rough year, and I'm happy to say that I have done a complete 180. My life is filled with beautiful people. I've really been working on rebuilding my confidence. I've been not listening to that imposter syndrome voice going on in my head, you know, the narrative of like, you can't do this, who are you to think you can write a pattern, yada yada yada. You know, it's all nonsense. So yeah, I regained my knitting mojo. I rediscovered the joy, and along with that, I regained some excitement to get back to designing. And I have so many ideas for new designs, but I knew that for myself it would be really important to follow through and finish the Capilano socks design. And I'm so glad that I finally came back to it, because I think the pattern's even better than it could have been way back when I started doing it. I just have more skill and more understanding now, so hopefully you all agree and enjoy it as well. So let's talk Capilano socks. This is, I'm gonna get closer here so you can see. This has a 3x1 rib through the leg and foot, with half twisted rib detailing on the cuff, the heel, and the toe. It's a wedge decreased toe and a short row heel. And I'm really happy with how it turns out. This is This sample I made for my partner. He loves how they fit. He has another pair of Capilano socks as well, which you guys might remember. It was the blue and white striped one. He loves how they fit. So why a short row heel? Well, I hate picking up stitches. So when I first created this, I really wanted to avoid making a heel flap and gusset where you had to pick up stitches. One thing to note about short row heels is they do tend to fit a bit more shallowly than a classic heel flap and gusset. So if you have high arches, this might not be the best fitting pattern for you. And I do all of my sizing. I have 5 sizes in this pattern. They're all based on instep width. There's a diagram. I've explained how to measure. So hopefully you can find a size that fits your instep really well. But if you do have really high arches, just a word of warning, because I have heard that short row heels do fit more shallowly. So that is up to you whether or not you want to try it. The rib detailing and main fabric, do provide a lot of stretch. So I find them to be quite comfortable, even if they're on the snugger side. So I don't know, it's up to you to decide if you think this might be the pattern for you. It creates a really nice fabric. It's a bit potato chippy, but it's still quite a vanilla sock. So it's perfect for taking on the go. It's perfect for knitting on while you watch a movie or something like that. It's just a great pattern to have on hand. Another thing to note is I designed this pattern to be knit with 9-inch circular needles. These are the ChiaoGoo ones. They're teeny tiny. I love these. They revolutionized my sock knitting because I can just zip through them and it goes super fast. I know some people do get cramps in their fingers from it, so if you are not a fan of the 9-inch circulars, please still feel free to apply to test knit. I'm totally open to you doing it with double pointed needles or even magic loop. You'll just have to pay attention to your gauge. All right, let's talk testing. So I do have an application to test knit. The link will be in the description below. Please go fill out a form if you are interested. There's lots of information in the form as well in case I missed anything in my little explanation here. Like I mentioned, there are 5 sizes in this pattern and I'd like to get at least 2 people per size. And I'm hoping to do this test knit within a 4-week time frame. You just have to knit one sock, one single sock, not the pair, just one, and then I will send you a feedback form to fill out as well. Because I don't know how long it'll take for me to fill each spot, I don't have that finalized date as yet. But when I contact all of the test knitters, there will be a final date included. I'm also not sure if 4 weeks is a good time frame, so if anybody has any concerns, there is a spot on the application form where you can let me know. Because I'm not against extending it if we have to, but 4 weeks seems like a pretty decent turnaround for knitting one sock. And like I said, it's pretty potato chippy, so I think it'll fly by a little bit faster than you might think. Fingers crossed. Testers will receive the final copy of the pattern on release day and a coupon for a free pattern of mine that's in my published pattern library. And you might be thinking, Em, you only have like 2 patterns for sale right now. That's right, I do, and I know some of you might be return test knitters and already own those patterns, so your coupon code will be valid for a full year because, like I said, I have so many more ideas for new designs, so I'm hoping to get at least a few more out within that next year. So you will have some choice if you hold on to that coupon code for a little bit. I think that's basically all of the information I have for you guys right now. I am equal parts nervous and excited to put this out into the world, but mainly I just really hope that you guys love the pattern as much as I do. And I feel so proud to have finally finished it and followed through and brought it to life. So thank you so much. Thank you for your interest in testing if you decide to apply. And I am really looking forward to watching everybody else knit their Capilano socks, finally. So again, links in the description, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next episode.